If you are watching this right now, don't scroll away yet because what you're about to hear might save someone's life, or maybe even your own. And if this story touches your heart even a little, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because stories like this deserve to reach everyone who feels alone. Now a broken bar. Let me take you to the riverbank. On the night everything changed. It was almost midnight when Aliyah stood on the old stone bridge, the cold wind pushing against her as if trying to pull her back from the edge. Her fingers trembled while gripping the railing, her eyes swollen from hours of crying. Life had hit her harder than she could bear. Her job gone, her family disappointed in her fiancé killed a copyright leaving without warning, and the world around her shrinking into something dark and suffocating. She whispered to herself, maybe this is the only way. A broken bar. Maybe no one would even notice. The river below was silent, waiting. One more step, that's all she needed. Her heart pounded painfully as if warning her, begging her to stop, but her thoughts were too heavy to listen. She inhaled shakily and closed her eyes, but just as she leaned forward, a strong hand grabbed her arm. Stop! A deep voice shouted, firm enough to cut through the storm of her mind. Aliyah gasped, startled, trying to pull away, but the grip only tightened, not hurting, but grounding her. The stranger pulled her back from the edge with a force that made her stumble against him. She opened her eyes to see a tall man, soaked by the mist, breathing heavily as though he had run the whole way. What are you doing? He demanded, not with anger, but with fear. A broken bar. Fear for her. Let me go, she whispered, ashamed. You don't understand. You're right, he said softly, slowly loosening his grip but not stepping away. I don't understand yet, but I want to. Just a broken bar. Don't decide anything tonight. Aliyah didn't know why, but something in his voice, steady, warm, almost pleading, made her burst into tears. She collapsed on her knees, covering her face. The stranger knelt beside her without hesitation, offering his jacket as the cold night wrapped around them. Minutes passed. Neither spoke. When she finally looked up, her voice shaking, she asked, why did you stop me? You don't even know me. He looked at her with eyes full of genuine concern. Because no one deserves to feel this alone. He introduced himself as Arman. She didn't know it then, but the name Arman Khan carried weight. Very few people in the world knew his face, but almost everyone knew his Imperi Khan Global Industries. He was one of the youngest, most reclusive billionaires in the country. But tonight, he wasn't the CEO. He was just a man who saw someone fading into darkness and refused to walk away. He guided her to a nearby bench. Tell me what happened, he said. Aliyah hesitated, but something in her broke open. She told him everything at her failed job interview, the debts piling up, her mother telling her she was a burden, her fiancé killed a copyright ending everything because she was too emotional, and the feeling that she was drowning in expectations she could never meet. Arman listened, not interrupting once. When she finished, she expected pity in his eyes. Instead, she saw something different. A broken bar. Something familiar. I know what it feels like, he said quietly. Aliyah frowned. How could you? You have everything. He let out a sad smile. You see the success. You don't see the nights I spent wanting to disappear. When my father died, and I had to run an entire company at 20. A broken bar. When people called me a failure before I even started. A broken bar. When I lost the only person I thought loved me for who I was. Everyone thinks money saves you. It doesn't. Sometimes it isolates you even more. Aliyah stared at him, stunned. She never imagined a man like him could know the kind of pain that crushed her. For the first time that night, she felt seen, not judged, not weak, human. Arman stood and extended his hand. Come on, let's get out of the cold. Let me buy you tea. No pressure, no expectations, just two strangers who don't want to give up tonight. Against all her instincts, she nodded. They walked to a small tea stall still open at the corner of the street. The owner greeted Arman warmly. Clearly, he was a regular. Arman ordered 2 cups of hot chai, and they sat across from each other. The warmth from the cup soothed Aliyah's trembling fingers. Thank you, she murmured. You don't owe me anything, he replied. But if you allow at a broken bar, I'd like to help. Aliyah shook her head. I don't want charity. It's not charity, he said gently. It's hope, and everyone deserves at least that. Over the next few days, Arman kept in touch and not overwhelming her, not trying to fix everything, just being there. Sometimes he sent motivational quotes, sometimes he just asked, "Did you eat?" And sometimes he sent a single message, "Still here." Aliyah found herself slowly breathing easier. She applied for jobs again. She started journaling. She even smiled occasionally, something she thought she had forgotten how to do. One afternoon, Armin invited her to his company not to work, but to show her something. When she stepped inside, she was shocked by the massive office, the employees greeting him with respect, the quiet power he carried. "I wanted you to see something," he said, taking her to the rooftop. "This entire place is a broken bar. I built it during the darkest years of my life." Pain breaks you, yes, but it also rebuilds you into someone stronger, if you let it. Aliyah felt tears rising again, but not out of sorrow, out of realization. "You're not weak, Aliyah," he said softly. "You're surviving something huge, and survival is strength." Weeks turned into months. Their bond grew naturally. Armin taught her confidence, Aliyah taught him warmth. They became each other's anchor, and no expectations, no pressure, just two souls healing together. One evening, Armin drove her back to the same river where they first met. The water shimmered under the moonlight, calm and gentle. "Do you remember that night?" he asked. Aliyah nodded, her breath catching. "I do. I remember feeling like the world wanted me to disappear." "And now?" he asked. She took a deep breath. "Now a broken bar. I want to live. I want to try. I want to see where my story goes." Armin smiled, a soft, proud, hopeful. "Good, because I want to be a part of it." Aliyah's heart fluttered. She wasn't sure if it was love yet, but it was something deep, something true. She stepped closer, her voice trembling but strong. "Thank you for saving me," she whispered. He gently shook his head. "Number, you saved yourself. I just held your hand while you did it." As they stood together, the wind blowing gently this time, the river no longer looked like a place to end things. It looked like a place where stories begin. And if you're listening right now, a broken bar, maybe this is your sign too. Maybe you're stronger than you think. Maybe you just need someone to remind you. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because somewhere out there, someone needs hope, and your support helps these stories reach them.